Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel. Today would normally be the day I'd be doing Roxy's weekly challenge. She uploaded her video last night. This is now Tuesday, and quite often that's what I like to do to start my week, is do her challenge. But I did have a really bad day yesterday with my shoulders. Turned into a Netflix day. You've heard me talk about those before, when I just can't do anything. So today I'm taking it a bit easier as well, and I'm going to not do any actual crafting today. So I thought I'd just take the opportunity instead to show you what I've been working on over the last few weeks. And it's something I was going to show you anyway, so I thought, well, this would be a good day to do it, as I can't really do any other thing, any crafting on camera. So what it is, I was talking to a very good friend of mine a few weeks ago. She's got a birthday coming up. Yes, you guessed it. It's her 60th birthday. Like so many of my friends, we're all one after the other. We're all turning 60. I started the trend 2 or 3 years ago. And so we were chatting, and she happened to mention that the family were going to buy her one of these dressmaking mannequins so that she could alter some clothes. She's actually bucked the trend over lockdown and lost quite a bit of weight, so she wants to alter all her clothes, and I thought it would be a good idea to have one of these mannequin things that you can, fit to your own measurements, and she could use it to alter all her clothes. So my brain starts going immediately, thinking, oh, I could make her something, which I hadn't originally planned to do, because I didn't know she was into sewing. I mean, it may be something she's just taken up over lockdown, or just something I never knew about. I've known her for 20 years, and it's not something I ever knew that she did. So anyway, I was trying to think, oh, I could make her something. I've got all the papers with all the, the mannequin shapes on and everything. And I'm racking my brains what I could make. And then Rachel, bless her, comes on and does her video with her envelope booklet thingy that she made. And it just came at the right time for me. And I thought, yeah, I can do that. That won't take too long, and it will be quite fun to make, and for my friend to receive. So that's what I did. I went and I followed Rachel's tutorial. I made 2 so that I could keep one to refer to, which is this one. Sorry, I've got a bit of a croaky throat again, as usual. So yeah, I made this. This was the second one I made. I slightly messed up because I think I put one of these envelopes on the one wrong way round or something. I mean, I managed to make we managed to make a bit of a mistake somewhere, and I think this envelope here is an extra that I added. I think she started just with this sort of size. They're roughly the same size as hers. It doesn't have to be the same. I kind of got as close as I could to what she was using. Decided to add this little extra one on the front, and I really liked it, and it just goes, flaps through, makes a nice little booklet. She added a journal. I decided I wasn't going to do that because this was enough. So that's what I decided to do, and I made this one. And I don't know if you can see, but almost immediately I got it wrong when I was decorating it. I decided, not intentionally, I ended up decorating it all upside down. It was supposed to be, if you see, there's the flap, there's the next one. That goes like that. It's supposed to go like that, so the whole thing opens, the same way round. But I didn't. I managed to, the very second page, this was the paper that did it, this one on the inside here, didn't realise that's what I'd done until I'd half finished it. So I just stayed, so I went with it. I cut off the last 2 envelopes because it was all going the wrong way, to bring it back to this way round. So it actually now goes both ways, but I think it doesn't matter. I've just carried on going, and I've really enjoyed making it. I hope she'll enjoy going through it, and you have to go that way, and then you have to go that way, and never mind, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? So I just thought I'd flip through and show you. So this little envelope was extra to the one that Rachel used, to what Rachel did. She only started with this sort of middle-sized one, or in fact I think hers was smaller than this. So this one has got a little card in it, and what I've done, I've used words, sewing words throughout it, but I've also popped in words that remind me of my friend. So so I put friends on the front and a little 60 on here. Then on the card, the actual tag says strong. I've got generous in here, and then it's just got some, and then it says keep calm and sew on the back. I think this was actually a Project Life card that I've just, in fact I think that was the original backing, and I covered the other side, make it for journaling. So that's that little card there. And that just pops out the side, bit of lace on the side there, and then inside it's just got a little bit of decoration, and I put I've got my stamps, the dressmaker stamps that I've used on my other journal, and also this is from the same stamp set, this lady, this elegant lady, so I popped her there, put kind, a couple of flowers, but this is all one of the papers that I've used. Then there's a tag in this envelope, in this pocket here. And I think this tag was one I actually had left over from, I think it's one I had left over from when I made my sewing journal. So I did have a couple of things left over that I've managed to put in here. So I was quite pleased to be able to use those. So that's gone in there. And then that flips over that way. I've got a pocket here, and this is again one of the tags I had left over. And I happen to have used this paper, and the little girl matches, so I thought that was quite nice just to pop that in there. So there's a little vellum pocket. Pop it, oops, got it, that's it, it's quite a little bit tight, but it will go in. Right, so a little vellum pocket, put a bit of lace, and one of the, that's one of the digitals from some, I think that might it's either Artie Mays or from the Foxy Rag, I'm not quite sure. And then there was a pocket here. Now this is from one of the kits, but I actually reprinted them and sized it down to fit this. So it's actually smaller than the original pocket would have been. And I made a little booklet here. So it's got some, it's from a, what they call it, index card, which I covered on the outside, but I just left it as it was on the inside. And added some papers, sewed it down the middle. So it's a nice little booklet. And I put the word mend because that's what she's going to be doing. And I put beautiful up here as a word. Then in the side here, if I can get hold of it, make sure, I just hope she finds all these things. I put quite a big journaling card here, so she can write on the back there. So make sure that's not too far in. I want her to be able to find all these things. And then it keeps going. Now this one I had found an old pattern. I think it was at my mother-in-law's. She had an old pattern, and I just loved that. So I actually used the pattern paper, the packaging of the pattern itself here. It was a simplicity pattern. I cut out the word and I put it down on top of the. So I've done a vellum pocket so that you can still see the pattern behind, and the price of it I just tore off and popped at the top. 4 shillings, so it shows it's quite old because it's pre-decimal. And then I've made a little journaling card, again using my stamps, my Elegant Lady stamp. I'll get the stamp, I'll show you the one I've been using. It's by Crafty Individuals. It's this stamp. It's gorgeous. It's got these 3 ladies and the dressmaker label there. So I did use these stamps a few times, and I'm going to use them again to make a card to go with it. Right, and then this was a little die cut as well that I just took out. It was one part of one of the digital kits. Again, I think I sized it down to fit in there. And that was part of the same packaging. I think this was on the back. So I just made that journal card. I rather like that. I think it goes quite nicely. And I coloured in the lady, the stamp, with pro markers. And it all matches in, so I thought that looked quite nice. And then here I've actually done a flip out, and I've done a closure here, a little bit of ruffle that I already had, and it just pops out like that. And I used a piece of at the edge of one of the digital kits. I had this sort of tape measure effect as the hinge, and a bit of writing paper there, and I just thought that was something a bit different. Pop that in there. And then here is another little thing that I made. Probably took me an afternoon just to make this. Got this idea from Corey Darman. It's a matchbook, actually. It needs tucking in. It's a matchbook effect, but it's just bigger. She made little ones, and I just sized it up. That was from a digital kit. It's got a bit of lace, a bit of paper. It's all been sewn. So it's got another image in the inside from a Stamperia paper. A little pad, little notepad. Another little image there. And you could use all these up, and then you could pop another notepad in there if you wanted to. So just pop that in there. Pop the front piece in there as well. Hang on, I just got to, that's it. And I just put the word friendship at the front, and a little lace, and a bit of lace at the top, so she can see that it's got to come out the pocket. So that goes in here. So there we go, that goes in there. And then you can either carry on to start opening from there, or you go back to the beginning, whichever way you want to do it, and go that way. So just that one I just put a couple of words on. There's a little pocket here. This was just made from a piece of trim that I had, edge of it, I think it was, I don't know, it was a piece of fabric or some sort of lacy tableclothy thing, I'm not quite sure, but I just thought I'd use the edgy bit to make the pocket. And then in here there's a little needle case. So, and I did one of these for my other friend in her journal. You open it all up, there's just a bit of tissue paper, and inside is a little magnet on a piece of felt. And I've just popped a couple of needles there. In fact, one of those needles looks like is that a proper needle? I'm not quite sure what that is, but anyway, put that in. And then just fold that up, fold that in. And all you have to do is cut it out, and then you just cut your slit for your closure. Pop that in there. And there is a pocket here. In fact, that is the pocket. In fact, I think I missed that on the other way. So you can see it from both angles. Yeah, I think I missed that pocket. That's on here. It goes that way, but you could probably pull it out either way. I've got two here. Pull that out. So yeah, so that's one I made. It's got a little dingle dangle there with a tape measure. So that goes in here. And where did this one come out of? That come out of here. Alright, so that's there. Okay, so yes, so we're going that way, and then just carrying on going. Now this was another tag that I had left over, and it never fitted in the journal because this was so bulky. You know, it just stuck up so much. I just didn't like putting it in my journal. So I found a way to incorporate it by putting a little belly band sort of low down, so that when you close it, this bit doesn't get in the way. So I was quite pleased with that, because I really liked it. I thought it was a really pretty little tag, a bit of lace, and this little yo-yo here, but it just didn't go in a journal because it was just a bit too bulky. And this was just a piece of my snippet that I made for my wedding journal, and I thought, well, actually the colours go quite nicely, so I popped that across there, stuck it onto a piece of card, it was actually a book page that I made into the right size, covered it with paper, then I stuck the snippet on. That's how I made that. And then I just pushed that in from above, you know, up rather than down, so it fits in nicely. Bit of washi tape here and there. I've had to, sometimes when the edges looked a little bit like they were a bit, you know, a bit cracked and things along the joins, I put some extra bits of washi tape along some spots. Another piece here, just to make sure that all the edges are nice and secure. And then another little, the back of this envelope here, just put it's a bit of ruffle on this side, and I put another little charm with a sewing machine on it. And then on this side is a little cluster, so that both sides you can see. It looks pretty on whichever way you look at it. And then on this side I just put a little bit of lace, and I had this little tape measure. I think it came out of a Christmas cracker. So I popped that in there. I thought that would just fit in there, and again it's nice and clear from the from anywhere blocking anything. There's a tag in here that I've just put a little crochet doily on the top of, and that's just a little fat tag, writing space on the back. I think I managed to sew around all the tags so that, you know, they're all looking quite finished. So you can say this is something that I've been working on really at the weekends. You know, I didn't do it on camera because I knew it would take far too long if I did it that way. It was something I needed to get done. Her birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I needed to get this finished so I can post it off to her. So I thought it was something I would just have to get on with in my own time and crack on. And I was working, you know, sort of perhaps a whole afternoon at a time, you know, just to do a couple of bits. So it was not something that would be easy to do on camera and get it done in the time I needed. So that's that one. And then this is the final little envelope at the back or the front, whichever way you want to look at it. You know, it's so I just put a couple of little bits on here. She's really cute. She's again all from the digital kits that I used for the sewing journal. I didn't buy anything new, just use up scraps really that I had. So it was a great way to finish up using up some of the things that I hadn't used in my sewing journal, some of the papers I hadn't used. Little pocket, a little journal card, sorry, in the pocket there. And I just covered this as another Project Life card, I believe, that I just covered in, first of all I covered in some book paper, then a bit of napkin, and then I did a little digital image on the front there, bit of lace, funny moments. You know, she's somebody that I laugh a lot with. We have a great relationship. She's a really lovely person. We talk and talk and talk. Can't wait to see her when we can meet for lunch and just have a nice time chatting and laughing together. I'm so looking forward to that. She's so lovely. So I do hope she enjoys this. It's just a bit of fun. It's nothing, but there's lots of writing space because I thought she could make notes of sizes, and you know, when she's doing her alterations, she can use any of these things to kind of jot down things if she wants to do that. I hope that that's something that she'll enjoy using. So that's it. And I have had a thought that I'd quite like to do one of these on camera a bit later in the year. I think I'll probably have a chance to do it. Perhaps one of my other journals is coming to the end. I've got a sister-in-law in Australia that I think she would really enjoy something like this. So I may well make one then. If I give myself plenty of time, I might do one on camera with you, and we can do the whole process together. I won't do it, I mean, it is going to be different to what Rachel did because she makes hers into a journal. I'm not going to do that. I think it's enough to do all these, put all the pockets and things and all the bits and pieces in the actual envelope thingy, whatever you call it, envelope booklet, I don't know. I think that's enough. It's got enough things in it. It's got loads of tags and journaling cards and stuff, and I'm quite happy just to do it that way. Hopefully when I do the next one I'll have it all going the same way. And I won't do it upside down. I should be paranoid about every page, I should think, checking that I've done it the right way around. But in the end I think it's just turned into a bit of fun. You can open it whichever way you like, and you're going to find fun things to explore. So, and you could do it that way, you can do it, you know, whichever way you want, so it's fine. I'm actually quite pleased with how it's turned out. It's got lots of things in its lace and, you know, all sorts of goodies in there. So there it is. That's my envelope booklet inspired by Rachel from Roxy Creations. If I'm feeling up to it, I will do her challenge later in the week. It's something that I'd like to do. It's the envelope corner pocket things. Let's see how things go, because I still want to do my normal videos for my two journals, so it may be that I won't get around to it this week. Wait and see. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. That's it for today. Bye for now.